Dragon Ball Super Chapter 86 finally picked up the pace from this slow grinding arc, and we saw the full circle of Granolah's character as we saw him aid his once sworn enemy Goku, but not before we saw Goku still struggle to take on Gas while he was in his brand new true Ultra Instinct form. And even with that, it still took more help as we saw Vegeta and surprisingly Monaito help to bide enough time for Goku to activate his Master Ultra Instinct form and use, and I know it's not the official name for this technique, but that's what we're going with until an official name comes out, Susanoo UI, to throw Gas literally in the air for Granolah to shoot down Gas for the final blow as he's finally defeated. And now with this, the arc might finally be near its conclusion, but it all depends on the actions of Elec and how Oil and Maki cooperate with him. Does Elec have one more trick up his sleeve? And have we finally seen the end of any more involvement from Gas? Also, will Granolah's new sense of forgiveness be his downfall? All this and more as we delve into this preview for Chapter 86. How's it going, everyone? Saiyan5 here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Super manga video today. And of course, as I said, we'll be going into a preview for Chapter 86. But first, if you guys have not done so already, be sure to hit the like button for this video, subscribe if you have not already, and hit the notification bell whenever I upload new videos like this talking about, of course, Dragon Ball. Now to start this off, I think everyone can say that they are pretty much surprised that Granolah developed in this new sense of forgiveness. It's very similar to Goku, where he just beats up his opponent, defeats them, but doesn't go in for the kill, and just forgives them and lets them go for free. And as in the case with Goku, they always come back and try to kill him, even though he spares their lives. So with that, I do believe that Granolah might suffer the same consequences where Goku has seen plenty of times. Even though Goku does have a good heart, Granolah in this case doesn't really have a good heart. He's just sensed this new type of forgiveness, so he's probably thinking now that he's defeated Gas that the heaters will go away because of the words that he gave him and the fact that he has Goku and Vegeta with him and Monaito to help out just in case. And that will probably be the end of it in his head. But unfortunately, he's dealing with a mastermind and a possible psychopath and Elec. And just like Goku, I feel like Elec will put Granolah in a place, in a situation where he's gonna have to regret his own decision of forgiveness towards the heaters, because as I'm gonna develop later on in this video, it will come back and bite him, and Elec will use something, probably push him over the edge, and probably will take his revenge out on Elec and maybe the other heaters, but it really depends on how Elec pushes Granolah's buttons. And to give you guys a little hint of what's going to be coming up forward, it does involve a Monaito, so you can probably guess what's already going to be coming. Now, as for the other most important member of the heaters is Gas. Obviously, Gas is defeated. He's down for the count. I don't see him coming back anymore from this fight. Gas could power up one more time, but that will probably be the end of his life. But I do think that he will do that at least one more time, but not towards Granolah, but towards Elec. Because even though Gas's role in this story is pretty much come to a close, his story is not done yet, as he hasn't seen Elec's lies and deception of twisting words around and manipulating others and gaslighting them to his own advantages, and how he uses people for his own goodwill and it's for his own benefits, even though that they're his siblings. So once Gas does come into consciousness again, I do believe that Elec will say something about how he uses Gas. He doesn't really care about it. He's just his own tool of destruction. And that's all he is to him, just some weapon that he can use just to conquer the world, and he doesn't care what happens to him as long as he gets what he wants. And in this case, to control the universe and take over Frieza's army, and kill Frieza, of course. And as for the other members of the heaters, Oya and Maki, they're also going to see Elec's deception, and will slowly side with Gas, and perhaps with the Saiyans and Granolah, because even though they are the antagonists of this arc, they do have some sense of good in them, not making them good guys, but some sense of morality, and that they don't see Gas as a weapon. They see them as their comrade, their sibling, their family, as obviously we've seen. And now I guess we can go to the most important part, and that's, does Elec have one more trick up his sleeve, or is he really truly out of all options? Now, as you notice at the end of the last chapter, we just saw the Saiyans, Granolah, and Gas on the battlefield at the conclusion of everything with Maki and Oil aiding Gas, but we did not see Elec, and we did not see Monaito. So do not be surprised once we do get the rough draft pages that we will see Granolah looking for Monaito, and we'll have a scene where Elec is holding Monaito hostage. Now, I don't see Elec killing Monaito right away. I will just see that as a bargaining chip where Elec will try to manipulate Gas into fighting Goku and Vegeta for them to take each other out, or at least have one of the two sides kill each other just for his own benefit. And if you're like, you're hoping that Granolah does take out Goku and Vegeta so you can perhaps manipulate your way into having him work for you again, whether that's putting Monaito's life on the line or not. But unfortunately, I think that Granolah is too smart and wouldn't really let that situation drag on as long as it needs to. It'll probably be very short, but of course, depending on Alec's actions, he could possibly kill Monaito in this chapter. All my peers have been saying that this is probably when Monaito will finally meet his end, because his role in the story is now finished. But of course, the Cerulean Dragon Balls still have to be in play. I do think that they will be used at least one more time to make a wish, whether that wish is to make Granolah have his life back again, having his lifespan restored, or whatever reason, to have Goku, Vegeta, and the others to restore the power back to where it was, or even maybe keep Monaito alive long enough so he can use the Dragon Balls to make himself the strongest in the universe, which I think probably should have happened in the beginning and not let Gas do all the dirty work. As someone once said, you might as well do it yourself if you want something done right. But that's, of course, possibly dragging this arc longer than it needs to be. But I would just like to see Elec just go into the battle for once, handle things himself, actually do something, and not let others do his own bidding and let his hands get dirty for once. But there is one thing I don't think no one is really talking about, but we haven't really seen in a flashback where Elec made his wish to make Gas the strongest. We just know he made the wish, but we don't know the exact conditions of that wish. We do know whenever Gas powers up, he gets stronger and stronger and stronger, but he ages rapidly. But what if, when Gas gets stronger and dies, that power transfers to Elec himself, and that's how Elec comes into the battle and is able to take on the Saiyans and Granolah. That, I think, will be a tremendous outcome that no one will see coming, where you make a wish for your brother to be the strongest, but when he dies, his strength goes to you, makes you even more stronger than it was before. Now that would be a crazy storyline. I think it could happen, but I don't think Toyotaro and Toriyama will take that route. But I personally think that would be an incredible way to make the story more interesting, as Elec is not a trained fighter as to what we've seen, but it is a very interesting path I think a lot of people will like. Now, of course, the other popular option is to have OG-73 come out wherever he may be, whether it's in space, the heater ship, or near the trenches of the battlefield, for him to come out of nowhere and have OG-73 absorbs Gas's power and have Elec control OG-73 to take on Granolah and the Saiyans. That is the most popular option. Now we have no sign of OG-73 ever since the beginning of this arc, back in I think chapter 68, I believe. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about that. Because I really doubt that Elec would just let OG-73 just be hanging at the heater's hideout or a heater ship just there for him to just chill and not have any more story involvement in this arc or in the Dragon Ball series in general. And if that is the case, I can see a possible scenario where Goku, Vegeta, and Granolah, and get this, Gas have to team up to take out OG-73. Of course, Gas will only team up with the Saiyans and Granolah after seeing how deceptive and cruel Elec truly is towards his own brother and would want some type of revenge to close out his story. And with that final power-up, he was able to take out Elec himself, but I know a lot of people would rather have Granolah take out the kill, so I can just see maybe a scenario where Gas comes in, powers up, overwhelms Elec or has him in his grasp, and having Granolah do the final kill with his spirit gun energy attack with the aid of Oatmeal, of course, after he does something to Minato, hopefully not killing Minato, but I think a lot of people do agree that Minato will have to be killed for Granolah to actually inflict some revenge and taking out just Elec and maybe Gas in the process. That's of course if Gas doesn't take himself out with powering himself up to death. And as I wrote this in my notes initially, but as I thought along, I don't think Frieza will play any significant role in this arc. He's just probably just throwing a name out there just for the motivation of the story, for the heaters, for Granolah, in this arc at least. But if somehow Elec does manage to be able to sneak his way out of the situation, he might try to contact Frieza for some help to take out the Saiyans and Granolah, for only Frieza just to take him out himself and maybe taking over Alec's portion of the universal takeover in the Heater Force. But I think in reality, Frieza's role will probably just be very, very minor, and we might see a panel or two of him of the end of this arc of whatever he's doing just to prepare for his next attack to try to take out Goku and possibly trying to find Broly, if that does lead into the next arc. And with that is my preview for chapter 87. Now, tell me down in the comments down below, what do you guys think of my preview and thoughts of this upcoming chapter, and any future storylines you think might result because of these actions that may or may not happen? Tell me down in the comments, what do you think will happen, and what is your own conclusions of where this arc is heading in this chapter. And as always, thank you for watching this video. This is the end of the video here. Be sure to hit the like button for this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell whenever I upload new videos like this. How about, of course, Dragon Ball. This is Saiyan Survive, signing out. I'll see you guys later, catch you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.